Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally. Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
I'll have a old-fashioned.
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Mark.
I cut you off guard, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
You did. I was just about to, he was just going to come. He was just about to
I
fall
could see,
out of my
I could
mouth.
see you just stretching and everything and getting
Yeah,
ready
well,
to do it.
like,
And
I was just about to start doing my vocal warm-up before I did it.
Yeah. What does that sound like?
It lip
No,
drill.
it's not your car,
It's
your
called,
warm-up.
it's called a lip drill.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
hello, here we go. Yeah.
Go on.
Go on.
You can't do it under pressure, can you?
You know, they said like when you were growing up, everyone had their own like machine gun noise, didn't they? Is that your, was that your car noise?
No, that is genuine. I've never been able to do lip drills.
What were you? What was
So
your?
what I would do is red lorry, blue lorry, red lorry.
What you can't even
You can't even do
well.
that, can you?
No, what's the other one? Round and round, the ragged rock, the ragged rascal ran. That's the one.
well
Oh, that's a
done.
good one.
That's
isn't it?
and I'd do it faster and faster.
What would have been your gun noise as a child?
A good noise when I was a
Gun
child.
noise.
Oh,
When you
gun
were
noise.
playing-
Yeah, your machine
when you were
gun
playing
noise, your
soldiers and
machine
army. So when you've done laughing at people, what's your gun noise?
That would be good noise. What were yours?
Mine.
Are we going
Similar
around
to
the
yours.
table?
When you've stopped being Woody Woodpecker.
Pew, pew, pew.
Ricocheted
Mark,
off.
what were yours?
Mine was something like like that.
Oh, really?
That
Was
was
that
mine.
yours?
That was mine.
Well, I can
We
imagine
never
from
played
you, I
together.
didn't think them sort of guns existed when you were younger.
No, you're more like a.
Or just a one shot with a musket.
I thought Mark would have gone, whoosh.
Yeah. Maybe like just a dragon breathing fire.
No, we had guns in my time, don't you?
So what we all been up to?
Oh, I've got my bike.
Have you?
Oh, okay.
Oh, so before... Sorry, so you'd bought it before.
We bought it, but we've
You
not
was
got
waiting
them.
for it to be delivered
Yeah.
because you can't build them.
Correct.
Oh yeah, you've not got your qualification for putting a bike
No.
together.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
I mean, when you were showing me how gears work and stuff, I was thinking there's no way I'd be able to build this.
Have you come on it? Dirty. Hang on.
It's not even that funny.
You know that.
That just
You
came out
know
of
that was
nowhere.
a straightforward question.
Oh, gosh. I mean...
What, shall I ask you? I'll ask you a question.
How childish.
I'll ask you another question. Have you wiped it down?
It weren't even that...
So have you rode on it here tonight, Rob?
That's
No,
what
I
I
haven't.
asked.
Yes, you did.
Thank
You
you.
did.
No, I haven't.
Oh, so childish.
Oh,
So childish.
I haven't arrived.
Oh, so
On
have
the
you been?
bike.
Have you been on it though? Since you got it.
Yeah.
Where have you
been? The nearest pub.
Oh.
Yeah, so we literally picked the bike up. Now, I bought a car rack to obviously transport it from the shop and when we go further afield.
Yeah.
And it took me 3 hours to sort the bike rack out. Because when you first set it up, you have to set it up to your car, and then you once you've got the car rack on, then you put the bike sections on to hold the bike, put them on, and then when you get the bike and you offer the bike up to it, and you're like, oh sugar, I've got to move it and start changing brackets to suit the size of the bike.
You drive your bike around?
No,
Well, he does.
obviously we don't just want to cycle from home. We want to go further afield. Take it away in the caravan.
Oh yeah.
So obviously, we put it on
Can't
the roof.
you just shove it in the caravan through the door?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they're even wide enough to get it through the door.
Can't you take the
You can.
wheels off? Oh, you can.
I've had bikes in mine.
Well, I bet you put them through bloody window, didn't you?
No, I weren't that angry.
Well, I don't even know if it'd fit through door on mine.
You'd save some money. You don't need bike rack. Just
But
shove them in.
no, because you do have a weight limit in a caravan, and so
Well, hang on a minute. Does it matter if it's in it or strapped to it?
no, because it's not strapped to it either. It's
Where
on
is
the
it?
roof of the car.
So it's on the car, not the caravan.
Yeah, it's on the
okay.
roof, and that's why I was saying once the brackets are all set up and you put the bike on and you realise, oh, I need to amend this bracket because the bike's bigger than where I've set all
And
the
will you
parts
believe
on
in
it.
the bike rack on the car when you're not using the bikes?
I'll leave the car rack on
Yeah.
and take the bike section off.
Oh, it's a shame.
Why?
I was just thinking when you were parked up in a supermarket, I'd follow you and I'd adjust all your brackets so that it didn't fit next time you come to it.
I bet you would and all.
I would.
Anyway, so by the time we'd done that, then got to J. James's, went through the bikes, went through everything, amended the brackets for the bikes, called in to see Dad on the way back to show off the bikes, and then get home. By the time we'd done all that, it was getting later, and I was like, I can't be bothered to cycle all the way into Rotherham now. So we jumped on him and just cycled to the nearest pub, had a pint, and cycled back.
Happy with them?
Yes, very
Brilliant.
much so.
Brilliant. Good for you.
So.
Can I ask a question? And I might come back round to this because I think you might be a little bit shocked. But you know a motorhome?
Yeah.
You know if it says the weight is it 3,500?
Is your legal limit, yeah.
That's my legal limit.
Yes.
So does that mean that, let's just say I bought one? Does that mean I can't put anything in it?
What, that weighs 3.5 ton?
Technically, yes is the answer.
If the
motorhome itself is 3.5 ton,
what, empty?
well,
'Cause
advertised weight. Yeah.
Usually the empty weight on a caravan is usually including a
Motorhome.
motorhome is usually including the driver and half a tank of fuel.
Right. Okay.
I think.
Okay.
How do they know how heavy the driver is?
It's
Because
an
when it-
assumed limit, assumed weight, isn't
Yes.
I mean,
so
so Kirk, you can't drive it then?
Exactly that.
if it weighs 3.5 ton, no. No. If it weighs 3.5 ton, that would be including a driver. But yeah, if the DVSA was, or VOSA, I think it is DVSA standards aid. You know,
Yep.
if they were to, oh, hang on, I'm going to wave him over. It looks like he could be young enough to not have passed his test before 97. Let's chance him and see if he has got this limit, the C1 to drive that weight. Come to this weighbridge with us, and then.
So the quick
so
answer
the
is,
answer
if the
is-
van is 3.5 kilo, the van,
Have you bought one?
you can't put anything in it.
Right. Okay.
Have you bought one?
Have you bought
That's
one?
what.
No.
Are
Not
you
yet.
thinking of one?
I've been looking.
Have you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one?
Now you're asking.
Can
Yeah,
I ask
I
why
didn't look at the names.
a
It's
got
particular
wheels.
motorhome? Any particular reason?
Say that again.
Why a motorhome over a caravan, or? And that's just a general question, not because I've got a caravan and I'm like, why?
Just to piss Mark off.
All right.
Hey, you
No, not me.
It won't piss me off
It-
because I know I'd get more use out of it than he would.
Yeah. You just wait till I was selling it, and then that.
No, just wait while you're not using it the day after you bought it.
In all fairness, it started with me and Daisy having a conversation about wanting to maybe see more of the UK
Yeah.
more than anything. That's what started the conversation, and it's because we'd gone up to Scotland. So basically, we went
Yeah.
up to Scotland, and we're only there for a couple of days, just the weekend, and it was lovely. It's nice up there.
Just
Things
you
over-
two?
Me, Daisy, my mum, and Clive.
Oh.
Have you got the details? Can you get access to details?
I'll have a look, see if it's back, see if I can go back on my history on it, because I just I closed it down. But I'll have a look.
Can you do it now?
No, not right now. We'll do it.
We can go
we'll
through
do
a
it
little bit of
afterwards.
detail while we. Come on, let's have a
We'll
look.
do it afterwards. And we got talking about this, and then I said I've always wanted to go to Cornwall. I've never been to Cornwall.
Right.
So Daisy's like, yeah, I'd like to. I've been to Cornwall, but I'd like us to go. Next thing, Daisy's looking at hiring a motorhome.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, we could hire a motorhome, we could travel down there and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be good. And basically, it was working out about about £1,200 for
That's only for a few days though. That,
a week.
isn't it?
A week, yeah. They were a week.
Must be out of season, because it's not a bad price. That
It would have been out of season, no fairness. I
Right.
think she was looking to go for my birthday, which was November.
Right,
So-
because it's
Yeah.
I would have. I'd expect that sort of money for. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking at that, £1,200, lovely motorhome, and so then she's like, yeah, well, we could do it, 1,200, it's not too bad, is it? And I'm like, well, no, it's doable. And then we started talking about where else we could go with, and we could just hire a motorhome and stuff like that. And then obviously it got to the whole fact of, because I'd already been speaking to you about it, about potential of hiring one to go to Kendal, to be able to take the girls. And then we talked about us wanting to go to a European F1 race, and how easier that'd be if we hired a motorhome. And when I started adding all this up in my head of hiring a motorhome, I was like, well, you can get obviously motorhomes on finance and stuff, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
But over like 10 and 15 years, they're not like a car, are they? That you just get over 5 years.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking, well, both as cars are bought and paid for, and paid off. So we've got no car finance. I appreciate that's not going to be forever, and I get that. But then I thought, well, we don't have a mortgage. It's not as if we're buying a house.
No.
And then it was then a case of, but well, I wonder how much it is then. So then I started doing a bit of research on like how much the average price would be for buying one.
Yeah.
And then realised that basically a lot of them, give or take, I know that they're all different, but for about £360 a month, I could get like a 50 grand motorhome.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden I was like,
Nice.
oh, actually this could be
It's doable.
doable.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
There are some considerations if you're talking about taking kids and stuff.
let me be very clear on this, right? We spent a couple of days looking at them.
Yeah.
Right? I promise you, and I promise you now, if it ever became something that I was definitely going to do, I would not buy a motorhome without running it past, no disrespect, Mark, but with at least running it past you two.
Well,
because I don't know. I've never bought one.
Well,
I've never.
not necessarily just. Well, we've never had one. Obviously, looked a lot into them because, as you know, we're interested in getting one. But there's so many things that you probably don't even realise until you start looking and you're thinking, oh, right. And then when you look at it and then you find out that actually, oh, yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have this. Like the seatbelt, for example, the seatbelt situation. You get some motorhomes and they're like 4 or 5 berth or 6 berth with 2 belted seatbelts.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then there's the complexities of, well, can you get some seatbelts fitted? Then you've got to go through the rigmarole of, finding somewhere that would effectively put their name to it, which is very hard to come by. They said that there are different restrictions on, you can have sideways seats, you don't legally have to have seatbelts on, but would you really carry a passenger or your daughters in the back of something as soft as a motorhome is? Because they're only like a caravan really on wheels. If something should happen, you'd want them to be belted. Do you know what I mean? You can't have sideways seatbelts, because if you had sideways seatbelts and you had an accident, you could kill somebody.
The one I was looking at was very nice. It was a 2018 model.
Wow.
It had got 32,000 miles on clock.
That's quite a lot.
I know it's quite
a lot for a newish motorhome.
I know it is. But it
had it been a hire?
I don't know. I don't know. But it had got like a little living area in the middle. It had got a fixed
dinette,
island bed at the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Swivel chairs that swiveled
Captain
around,
chairs.
and stuff. And that were 40.
Right. Wow.
Lovely
Yeah,
as well,
some
really
of them,
nice.
are, like you said, it'll be the mileage.
I mean,
that's
it's not.
pulled that down a bit.
It's not. If you compare it to a car, it's nothing. 30,000 miles is nothing.
Yeah.
Just for a motorhome, when you sort of imagine if you were using a motorhome, how many miles a year would you drive?
Yeah, when I was looking at other ones around a similar age, they'd got about 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 on,
yeah.
but then they were like 50, 60,000
Yeah,
pounds
yeah.
for a similar kind of.
I mean, it doesn't matter as long as it's got decent service history. The fact that it's only 7 years old, you'd expect that from a damp perspective, that the thing's going to be solid. The engine's obviously had some use, but in relation to vans and cars and whatever, it's nothing.
And at 2018, you won't worry about damp either because it won't exist. You don't get it.
I was just interested as to why it got so much on for something, because like you say, you can get some motorhomes 20 years old, for example, and they've only got 40,000 miles.
I'll try and
because you're
find
only
it.
driving for like you might do a couple of
It
thousand
might have
miles
done
a
a
year.
European tour or something.
I'll try and find it and send it.
Am I right in
In all
thinking-
fairness, I nearly sent it to you when I looked at it, and I thought I'm not going to, because he's just going to look at it and go, "Here he goes again."
And then it's not going to be available for him to buy anymore because I've already bought it.
I'm right in thinking you don't like the idea of towing, do you?
No,
I thought that was the case.
no. And now don't get me wrong. I'm not dead against getting a caravan. I'm really not. I'm not a big fan. I don't think I'd be very good at towing. All right, I'm a good driver. I am a good driver, but I'm not. My spatial awareness is not fantastic.
I think you'd be very surprised if you towed.
However, it doesn't bother me because Daisy has no issue with it.
Yeah.
Daisy's towed before.
Yeah.
She's got no issues with it, so it doesn't bother. My thing was that I feel the type of people that me and Daisy are, that if we got a caravan, we'd then just start looking eventually at a motorhome.
Yeah.
So therefore, if it's doable money-wise, we may as well just
100%.
Go for it.
straight
Yeah.
to that.
My biggest problem with motorhomes is what you get for your money with a caravan versus what you get with a motorhome.
What I would advise, and a lot of people still advise it to people that are coming from caravans to motorhomes, is to hire some first.
Yeah.
Get a feel for them. Now, because we've had caravans for 15 years or whatever it is now, and we're on our third one, we're pretty sure on the layout that we want, and we know that it would work for us. So I'm quite happy to go and buy the motorhome with the layout that I want, knowing that it would be, there might be a couple of things where I'd go, that's a niggle. But there perhaps always is going to be some compromise, isn't there? Because you're buying something that's mobile to live in. Yeah. So there's always going to be some compromise, isn't there, in something?
The two... Am I cutting you off there, buddy?
No.
The two things I would say, first step is to go and look round loads of different layouts. Just get a feel for all the layouts that are available.
Okay. Remember who you're talking to, though.
Okay.
What's going to happen if I walk into anywhere that's selling motorhomes?
He's buying the first one he sees.
If I'm in a mindset that I'm buying a motorhome.
Yeah.
Why don't you, Kurt, go to the motorhome and caravan show?
Yeah, because you can't buy them there.
You can buy them, but they're going to be a lot of money. Now, for benefit of tape, Kurt's going, well, I might end up buying one. But you could go, there'd be loads of layouts there for you.
Well, there's every layout.
Everything.
And so you get a good feel for what might work for you.
A little bit off topic, but not to jump too much off topic. Sumo, who writes in Kieran.
Yep.
He obviously he's bought an A-class motorhome. He sent me a message the other day congratulating you on your weight loss journey.
Brilliant. I'm seeing him weekend after next.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm on a stag do with him.
Oh, great stuff.
Fantastic. The second point was was once you've then found a layout that you think you like, or it might be two, they're the ones you hire.
Right.
So rather than blindly going and hiring motorhomes, go and look at all the layouts, pick the layouts that you think might work for you, and then trial them. That would be my first.
It is a serious consideration at the minute.
Oh, good for you.
I'm not saying we'll do it if you like or whatever, but it's a serious consideration at the minute. We definitely come to the realisation when we went away up to Scotland and everything that how nice it would be just to be able to
go somewhere,
for the weekend or whatever. Every time I book a holiday, you guys know it ends up being a big thing. It's normally other people's faults why we've done it, and it just means that I only either get one holiday a year or as it is now, I'm sat here right now. Yes, I go on holiday in about 34 days.
Yes,
but
we know where you're going.
But that'll be the first holiday I've been on then in nearly 2 years.
If you're talking about the potential of all five you're going in this motorhome,
that's not the idea.
Oh, so your kids are going to send another question in. Why do you go on your motorhome holidays without us?
No, it was definitely more of a lean into me and Daisy.
All right. Okay. All I was going to say is if you were considering all five of you, then I'd be looking at going for the C1 licence and then not worrying about the 3.5 ton limit.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm going to end up doing anyway.
Right.
Because I would like the option maybe of at least of the kids coming or at least, because in my head I haven't thought about not taking the kids. That's not what I've thought about. I've thought about being able to then take a tent, go on the side of it. Do you know what I mean? It being if the kids were coming. But I don't want to revolve it around always being with the kids. I mean, the kids are 16, 14 and 12 now. Do you know what I mean? Another couple of years and they're not going to be interested in going anywhere with me. Do you know what I mean?
The main thing is, Kirk, by doing what you're thinking of doing, it's amazing how fantastic this country is.
Yeah.
And Scotland
Yeah.
and Wales
Yeah.
to go and just see what's on his own island.
Not Ireland then.
Well, actually, that's across the sea.
Well,
So no,
you can-
not Ireland.
But you can get a ferry to.
Yeah, you can. I know,
you-
but I'm talking about the island that we live on that you could just freely drive around.
By all accounts, there's some great places within 50 miles of where we live.
Yeah.
Like, endless. And there's places
Absolutely.
that I still haven't been. Well, lots of people probably haven't been as well, but loads of places.
I went to a place the other day, Matlock. Never been.
You've never been to
over.
Matlock.
Never been.
Have you
And
never
Matlock
even heard of
Bath.
it?
Did you go for a bath?
What?
Yeah, Matt, I've never been to Matlock
Did you go on
Bath.
cable cars?
No. Do you know how much it is to go on cable car, Matt?
Yes, I went on them.
£120.
It isn't.
Sorry, no, 80 pounds each it is.
It isn't.
It is.
Hang
It
on.
isn't.
£80.
It is.
It isn't.
It
So you're
is.
telling
Does that-
me that me, Helen, and Darcy last year went on those cable cars and paid £240?
I'm right in thinking you get to go in the cave
You
though
get
as
a
well,
family
don't
to-
you?
oh, no, you won't.
You get a family. Go on.
Hold on.
Come on.
Oh, right.
Come on, Rob.
Are you getting confused with cable cars like in Miami or
Right,
something?
No,
these
sorry.
these weren't
here
for
we go.
sale. These cable cars. This was to have a go
Sorry,
in
I
them.
got the total price wrong.
Well, we know.
What I remember was going. We all went.
You-
I'm sorry. What?
You meant to say the
It was
£2.50, aren't you?
it was £130
Oh,
for 4 of us.
hang on.
35 quid each.
Yeah, that sounds close to it, but there is things included in that.
Yes, it's what's it called?
Go live
Cave.
Heights of Abraham.
Heights of Abraham.
Yeah, and you've got all the
it
tours
was
and
that.
everything that goes with it, yeah.
It was that. But that we said, can we just go up in the cable car? No, it's the same price.
Yeah, because once you're in, you're in.
You're in. So it's still. We were expecting like £3-4 each.
Yeah.
You know. I'm slightly off the mark with the.
Well, at first you said 130.
I got
130. It was £1,000 each to go in them cable
I got
cars.
130 quid in my head and then thought that were each. You know,
I already know. I always know with Rob when he starts going. Yeah, hold on. Hang 5 minutes. Let me think. And then he brings it down a bit more. And you think, no, think again, Rob.
He's
Go-
come
go
back
on.
from Matlock. He doesn't realise he's bought a peerage.
yeah.
Lord and Lady Matlock.
But Matlock Bath's lovely.
It is lovely.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little things like that you just don't realise.
There's
they're
a
on your
chippy
doorstep.
right in Matlock, and I left the review on it and said it's I think it's got the potential to be the nicest chip. It could potentially be the nicest chip shop in the country. I left that review. It was the best fish and chips I have ever tasted.
Where's
and
this?
I'm not
Matlock?
a big fan.
Matlock,
yeah. I'm not a huge fan of fish and chips. I take them or leave them. And if I have them, I go, oh, I really enjoyed them. But I don't like go. You know, I'm not like a connoisseur. But when I do have them sometimes, and I'll go, well, they're a bit rubbish. Chips are a bit, or you know what I mean? It repeats on you. But this one was the best fish and chips I have ever had.
Matlock.
Okay.
You remember the name of it?
If I go on my Google reviews.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, while you're doing that, then I heard something on the news yesterday. I think it were yesterday. Don't think it was today. Yesterday. That I thought was quite an interesting thing that the are starting to do, and I wondered what your guys' opinions
Fire
were
away,
on it.
yeah.
Was it on the radio?
Oh, it was on the radio. Yes.
Yeah.
So it weren't on the TV, but just on the
wasn't- no, it was
radio.
In
on
fact,
the-
he said I heard it, and I thought, that must have been on the radio then.
And it's about. Have you heard about the new apprentice scheme that they're doing for the government, the Home Office?
No.
No. Moving on. No. So tell us all about it. I don't know.
So basically, they want to try and move away from people being in government coming from
Private education, and
Oxbridge,
all that type of stuff. Yeah.
I think the motto they're going with is something, or one the ministers have said is something like, if you're stale, pale, and something, we don't want you. Sorry, Mark's found the chipper.
It was 2 years ago, right? And it's called Taste of the Waves.
There you go.
And my review,
Hang on, there's no beach there.
I know. We went here yesterday and have to say they were the best fish and chips I have ever tasted, and I can be hard to please. I'm not normally one for fish and chips as they often let you down. These, however, were absolutely perfect.
Has somebody else put on the same review as you then? Is that somebody else's review?
No, that's my review.
Oh, okay. I thought you were reading somebody else's.
Why would I be reading somebody else's review?
Because I thought you were saying that it's that good. Loads of other people's put on good reviews as well.
Well, they have.
It kind of feels like we're half asleep this week. Certainly me and Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
Lovely.
Are you writing it in your phone?
Anyway,
Ocean
you
of
were saying-
Waves.
Taste of the waves.
Taste
Taste of the waves.
Yeah.
Taste
Have
of the waves.
Have they paid us for that?
No, it was 2 years ago, that.
So
We didn't even have a podcast.
They've
when
shut
we-
down
Remind me
since.
what the slogan said again.
Something like if you're pale, stale,
Whoa.
and something.
Is that the racist?
What's this?
I'm going to say,
Well,
is that not being racist?
No, we've had this conversation before. You can't be racist against a race that's not prejudiced against. So,
Oh,
but we
right,
won't go
okay.
into that right now.
No, let's not.
But basically, it's meant to be a positive thing, right? And it's meant to be about getting school leavers
Yeah.
interested in government, politics, Home Office, or whatever that haven't come from private education, private schools, rich mummy and daddies or whatever, and aiming for the working class people, and they're opening 50 apprenticeships in Manchester and somewhere else. Again, it's meant to be outside of London.
All right.
And basically to get them into government and stuff as an apprenticeship to build them up in the government.
And there's only 50 positions.
50. I think it's going to be 50 per year. But
Well, it's not many.
Still quite few, isn't it?
I
Really?
think it's quite a lot for one organisation, if I'm honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, we know the government's massive, but 50s, it's a good start.
I just wondered what your opinions were on it.
Well, it's a start.
Well, I think trying to get kids involved in politics will be very difficult, particularly with the state that politics is in at the minute. Which we don't really want to do a politics episode
Well,
today.
I think it depends. Because you'll have some youngsters that will be thinking, well, yeah, I want to voice my opinion. I want to have a voice as I'm.
I want to earn all my money tax free and find ways of getting these havens offshore and all this sort of thing.
The fact of the matter is what they're saying, and I agree with them. I agree with what they're saying is that if you end up with a government where everyone's come from the same background, then a lot of the opinions are just the same, and it's just the same thing churned over and over and over and over
about,
again.
When we go, these people, they've got no what's the word? Real life experience in terms of the normal working classes, growing up on a council estate or whatever.
Yeah.
And these people make decisions. We'll go, they'll say, we're making a decision on homelessness, or we're making a decision on childcare or whatever, and you're like, what the hell do you know about that?
Yeah. Welfare, for
it's only
instance,
what somebody's told them that they should know about.
Yeah.
They've no idea. Again, welfare system, they don't know anything about it. Social housing,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, yeah, it could be a good thing, but you're bringing kids in that are from different backgrounds, but they're still going to be taught by people that are from those backgrounds. Will they just become a...
Would you encourage your kids? If you got a kid, a 16-year-old just leaving school, they didn't really know what they wanted to do, but they weren't keen on going to college or anything like that. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, I encouraged Ethan when he was younger to get into sort of learn the politics and stuff, and he's very, very into politics.
Yeah.
He's probably more into politics than I am.
Right.
Can you say it?
I can't say it, can I? So yeah, I would. I think it's a good thing to be, because with politics, technically there is no right or wrong to it, is there? It's just how you feel and what you think.
That would be my answer. Would be to whether my kids would or encourage them to do it would be no. Because there is no right. No matter what you do in politics, you are never on the winning side.
Well, true. Listen,
you'll always get some people that will agree with what you're doing, and you'll be an arsehole to everybody else.
Yeah, true. I mean, listen, I would sort of encourage them to get into it, and of course, as they grow into adults, then they can make this decision if they want to do it as a career or whatever. However, Mark's right. Would I want it? I mean, Aina keeps saying to me, why don't you get into politics? Why don't you be like a local council? There's nowhere I would get into politics nowadays. It's just too damn
toxic.
Dangerous as well at times. I mean, some politicians are being killed.
Yeah, I know. So for that reason, and like Mark said, you can't do. No matter what you do, you could bring in the best law in the world, and there would be somebody out there who'll go, well, I don't like it, and they'll hate you for it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to personally get into it, but I would like my kids. I would encourage my kids to do it, for them to at least see what it's like, and if they want to do it, it's crazy.
It feels like a thankless task, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they'll earn good salaries, won't they? And they'll do well and whatever. But they'll never be respected other than amongst their peers. You get some people that will be held in a higher regard than other politicians to some extent, to certain groups of people. Talking about apprenticeships more openly, I would encourage anybody to go into apprenticeships, and I think generally that is not politics, but apprenticeships for me. I think giving kids life, actual skills to, to do what they want to do as a job. And
I mean, what I would say, and this is going to be a bit controversial, I think with politicians, some of them, not all of them, I think they've sort of caused some of the problems themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, do I think they should get hate that they don't? No. But have they behaved themselves over the last 20, 30 years? No. We've had loads of scandals with them. They do this, they do that. So they don't help them. They don't help their, do you want to call it industry or their careers? Yeah. They've not helped themselves. And again, I'm not saying that all politicians. I mean, I get that. I bet there's some out there that's done nothing wrong. They've played by the rules. They've done good things. But a lot of them have done, bad things like the expenses it claims. Yeah, for themselves. And you could at any point, you could put news on it. And any point a month, there'll be a politician who's done this or done that. I mean, there's politicians who's been done for this, done for that. And I mean, I know you can't tarnish them all with the same brush, but it makes it harder for the rest of them to do that.
To be seen in a good light,
so they've sort of brought some of this on themselves. Now, you could argue if they were all goody two shoes, would they still get the hate? Probably, but not as much as they do.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Absolutely. I think apprenticeships in general, I think they have the ability, no matter what it's in, whether it's in politics or like you were saying, Mark, I'm a big fan of apprenticeships, that it opens up a world to what maybe some people, not everyone's academic, are they? Not everyone enjoys going to college, going to university, sitting in lectures.
That's me.
And stuff like that. Well, not everyone is.
Yeah.
And
end up with a degree in history and working in a bloody supermarket.
I think apprenticeships have come a long way. Now they've you actually get paid an half decent wage now because back in
I don't think it's that good.
Oh, it's not.
I think some of the. Don't get me wrong. I think that what you might be referring to, like the standard sort of apprenticeship minimum, if you like, that some places offer. It used to be something like 130 quid a week or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think some companies now, certainly manufacturing, engineering, that sort of levels, they're paying really good salaries because they want good quality people to come in that will then become, and they're not just training them to go off and do what they're training them to become their future for the company, aren't they?
I think when they talked about this that I heard yesterday on LBC, they were talking about it'd be a starting salary of about 34k, and bear in mind they're aiming this at 17-year-olds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah,
very good.
So
off the back of your question, Kirk, I've actually brought some questions for you all tonight.
Okay. Like a quiz.
Oh no, not a quiz. Just some questions for you to answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're right there, Rob.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my questions.
Oh, go on then.
Okay. So, if you could live in any fictional world, what would it be and why?
Oh. Ooh. Right. Any fictional world.
Any fictional world. I appreciate these aren't quite as deep as your questions were.
So fictional, is this a make-believe world?
Correct.
Is that what fiction means? Yeah, okay.
Fiction, yeah. You ever read a book?
Yeah, but I always get confused with fiction.
Do you know what? I think that there's one that I could... I when I was younger, I'd lose myself in it and it would be Mario World.
Speaking of Mario World,
that's where he's going.
I go to. No,
that's where he's going next month.
I can imagine. I thought you said Marigo World, and I was like,
Marigold.
As in gloves. Marigold World.
Yeah, rubber gloves.
Yeah.
No, I think I'd
and if you were to be, if you were a sort of character in that world,
Mario.
what would you be?
I'd be Mario jumping on the Goombas.
I
and
think
whatever.
you're more of a Luigi. Mark's more of a Mario.
Yeah, really? You're definitely a Luigi, Mark.
What's a Luigi? I know who he is.
It's his brother.
Come on, give us a.
Define Luigi.
Yeah,
slim. Yeah. Really slender.
Okay.
No, I'd probably.
I've got a feeling these aren't all going to be complimentary.
No, slender,
green,
quite, quite tall. Got a bit of height to him.
Okay.
does what the hell he wants, and Mario's got to keep putting him in his place.
and a little
There
bit,
we are.
and a little bit geeky.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, there we are.
That's how I would see him.
Yeah, I
Hang
don't
on.
like Mario anymore.
And you said I'm more like Mario because he's like short and fat.
Anyway,
What's-
so Mark, what about yourself?
I don't know because I've got to think about this. Good to
What do you
Kurt.
think
Don't
about
ask
it?
me, I'm still thinking. In fact, no. While I'm thinking, the question said why. So why Mario World?
Yeah,
Why
did
Mark?
actually.
I'd be running. I like running around and banging my heads on things.
Your heads. You got two heads.
You're like hitting your head against the wall and hoping
I feel like
that stars are going to come out.
Yeah.
Or a flower's going to come out and give you magic powers.
And when you run up that ramp at the end, all those staggered breaks, and then you jump off and grab the flag.
yeah.
And if you got a bit fed up, you could go, right, I've had enough for all this running around now. I'm going car racing. And then you'd be in Mario Kart.
Yeah. Go outside on the street, find nearest grate, jump down it. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
Yeah.
Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
And then go swimming.
Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
As it gets faster and faster when you're running out of air. Yeah. Yeah, and then you get invincibility powers when you get the star. And then
I must
run around-
admit, the more you say it, mate, the more I'm warming to the idea.
Yeah.
It's a good shout, that.
Yeah, thanks.
Back to you, Kirk.
Harry Potter, I think.
Yeah.
Harry Potter,
I thought
I
you were
think.
going to say that, Harry Potter.
And that would be correct. In that I
Correct.
said,
Oh.
ours would be the same.
It's a quiz. I'm weaning.
No, literally, mine would be exactly the same.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
And why?
I love the idea of magic anyway.
Yep.
I mean, it's loosely what my books all based around.
Yeah.
Soon to be on all bookshelves. And so I love magic anyway. And I've always loved the thought of being able to do magic.
Yeah.
But I do sometimes wonder, like, I find myself wondering, like, what house I'd be in, or what. But so my house is Slytherin. That's what my house is. When I've done any kind of quizzes or anything like that around it.
Is
it
Slytherin
always-
the bad one?
Well, yes. That's where all the bad
You
guys.
can't be no and yes.
Well, I can, because that's where all the bad guys come from, Slytherin. However, Slytherin as a house on its own is meant to be for is powerful wizards and stuff like that. So, but I'd want to be I'd want to be an aura.
A what?
What?
An aura.
Well, what's one of them?
Yeah, even I'm lost at that.
Like the police version of in the magic world.
Yeah.
So Mad Eye Moody,
Yeah.
he was an aura.
All right, okay.
Yeah, someone that protects and tracks down Death Eaters and stuff.
See, the mad thing is
No
that
idea.
my knowledge of the wizarding world isn't actually that vast and that great. But I just, similar to you, I love magic. I've always liked magic. But also just because being a wizard would be fucking cool.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be a wizard would be just pretty cool.
it would be.
See,
cool.
I think you just make a good enough buttons.
Now,
I think you'll find that's me.
If it wasn't, if I wasn't, because obviously you've had that one now. I feel like about to say that. I think if I was going to live, where every single day is this, it's in that world, it'd probably be Baywatch.
Would it?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to tell us
Wouldn't be a
why.
bad world to live in, would it?
Yeah, I know if I were drowning,
If it was-
if I were drowning and you were coming running towards me, I'd be like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I wouldn't be running towards you, mate. I'd be looking at something else with my binoculars. I wouldn't be looking for people drowning.
But he'd have the slow motion running down to an absolute
yeah,
T.
absolutely.
Get away, Rob!
Rob, we're not recording.
He's just got a glimpse of himself in somebody's sunglasses.
You do know when you run, you don't need to run slow. They slow it down. So you just run normal.
But when I'm on a beach in Rob's world, mate, when my
Yeah,
speedo's
well,
on,
yeah.
not only am I trying to run in slow motion, but I am going dooka-dooka-doom,
Oh, yeah.
dooka-dooka-doom.
So,
Yeah, that's me.
so Mark,
Yes.
which character would you be in Cocoon?
Yeah, I do. I know what you. I haven't seen the film, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So, yeah.
Have you thought of one then?
Well, I haven't thought of because it's going to be a fictional world, isn't it? Which is
yes.
make believe type thing. Which is
I mean, I don't know. Rob's had a beach.
Well, I'm going to say he's at a beach.
You could be in EastEnders on Albert Square.
It's in the world of Baywatch, though.
Yeah, well, what I would say, and I don't know if I've said this before, I think I would like to be, because there's films based, obviously, what I'm going to say, is I'd like to be sort of living in a 50s world, in 1940s, 1950s.
All right. Great Gatsby.
Yeah, something like that. I'd like that type of world, because that fascinates me.
Gatsby, I thought they were 20s.
Maybe it is.
I've
just moved on.
Listen, I'm not to 10 or 20 years. I'm fine. It's not a problem. That don't mean that, at my age, that's nothing. So I'd like to sort of live in that world type thing. Do you know what I mean?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I think the pace of life's slower. Everything's more simplistic.
Yeah.
Which is like how my brain works nowadays. Slow, simplistic. Everything. People seem more politer. I don't.
What would you be doing in that world? What would your job be?
Well, I'd sort of quite like, because my dad sort of wore suits all the time. Everybody wore suits and caps
monocles.
Well, maybe. But
pocket watches.
I don't know. I'd like to be sort of like, when Dad's Army, where he's a bank manager, Captain Mannering.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bank manager. I'd like to sort of, that'd be my job.
I could see that. I could see that.
So it's not a fictitious world, but.
Yeah.
I
think it'd be more suited to the one that was the butcher.
Oh, is it him who goes? Everybody keep. Is it him who says?
Yeah.
Don't panic! Don't panic! That's it. I couldn't think of his catchphrase. Yeah, so that'd
Don't
be.
panic, Mr. Mannering.
I don't know. That'd be a world. I know it's not fictitious, but
no, we'll take that, mate.
It is fictitious now. There's no world like that exists now.
No.
Like so that's where I'd like.
I've got another one for you.
Oh.
Okay, another one for me to struggle with.
This is very simple.
Oh.
What's the dumbest purchase you've ever made?
I'm going to struggle with this.
I mean, settle in, boys.
I did think of you when I got this
Maybe you should
question.
come to me last.
I can tell you, headphones.
Hey, you said that them headphones,
I'm
by
joking.
the way, they are amazing.
I must admit, the ones you've got are the newest ones. I've not even listened to them. I was talking about the model before that were great.
They are amazing, and I don't feel as though I've wasted my other headphones because I've given them to my son. So he's using them. He's happy as Larry that he's got some decent headphones, but these are absolutely, honestly.
Well, I'll have to come round.
Absolutely,
and have a listen.
Anytime you want, mate. Anytime you want.
Thank
Always
you.
welcome.
Thank you. So,
but they're not my dumbest purchase.
No.
I've had loads of dumb purchases.
Have you? What's your dumbest?
I don't know. I'd say what weren't one of my brightest purchases was buying a 3.2 litre V6 car at the time when prices were at an all-time high for fuel.
A 3 what?
3.2 litre V6.
Stuffing hell.
Yeah. And
how old were you?
Late 20s.
Wow.
Maybe 30.
Some years ago, that.
Yeah.
At least I can blame mine on the age.
Fuel was at an all-time high, and I bought something with a fuel economy about between 15 and 18 miles to gallon.
Yeah.
And when he drove it, 6 miles a gallon.
Yeah. That wasn't a smart move. I've got some. I'll have some more, I think.
All right. Mark, have you thought of any?
No. See, I don't think...
Mark doesn't buy anything.
No, well, I don't buy much, and when I do buy much, I'm similar to you, Rob. I research the life out of it.
Out.
So buying something dumb, I'm sure I have, but I can't remember.
Mark would be absolutely gutted that he bought a pint somewhere 1 minute before happy hour.
Yeah, exactly.
And it cost him 50 pence.
I can't think of anything I've bought that's dumb. I mean, I could tell you things that are dumb that people buy.
No, that wasn't the question.
No,
we can come on to that next.
No, okay. Well,
look,
I can't think of anything that I've done, but that's dumb.
I'll tell you mine because mine, off the back of what you've just said, was before I am kind of the person that I am today and the researching to the nth degree.
So you bought it a couple of years ago?
Yeah. This was when I was 18, 19. Okay. And I bought a Hyundai Getz. And honestly...
How brilliant that car!
It weren't brilliant. But no, don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. It was very reliable, okay? It was very reliable. But the reason why I say it was dumb It was brand new. So I bought a brand new Hyundai Getz. And what I'd done was I'd gone into the place where you buy a car from and saw the flagship model, the sport model. And even that, looking at it now, is horrendous, right? It's horrendous. But and it was in black and all that. But what I bought was the most basic model of that car you could get. Bear in mind, it was brand new at £7,000. Right? Right. So, and obviously I got it on, whatever you call it, not hire purchase. Is it hire purchase? I can't remember what my payments were, but I got it and I went to pick it up. And honestly, I've never seen anyone's face look so disappointed when they've gone to pick up their first brand new car. And honestly, I was looking at it thinking, oh shit. I am going to get
But at least it's 0% APR.
I'm going to get really bullied here. Because honestly, it looked like a grandma's car. And I'm thinking...
Well, did you not know that when you bought it?
No, because the one that I looked at was this big all-sport version in black. I'd picked silver, and I'd just gone for the really basic model because that's all I could afford, right?
Okay.
I was living off the fact that my parents had got a Hyundai and swore by Hyundai and they're the most reliable cars they've ever had.
I'm with
and we're
you.
like, well, that's why I'll get it then. And then it came. And all I could talk about was the fact that it did have electric windows, which back then wasn't common in all cars.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
It had a Sony CD player. It was, there were a lot of things. You do get a lot for your money in a Hyundai car, you still do, but it was those sort of things. And I was obsessed about showing everybody that the seats didn't just fold down; they folded over again, so you got loads of boot space. Like an 18-year-old.
He really tried to sell it.
I did, didn't I? Like an 18-year-old needs loads of boot space.
I mean, who needs alloys?
Yeah, well,
the wheel trims were fine.
They were rubber plastic. and honestly, I to think that I could have gone with the same amount of money and bought a second-hand something.
Yeah.
An Audi, a BMW.
Yeah.
For £7,000. They were a couple of years old.
Another car that can do 0 to 60 more than once.
Or not sound like you're driving a lawnmower.
Air dryer.
Air dryer. Well, either way. And then the demise of the Hyundai was I left it on the drive for the entire time that I worked at sea, which was 3 and
it rained and washed away.
3.5 years. And I think I'd asked someone to take it out every now and again. They didn't. And when I got back, I must have been driving it for about 2 months, and I was driving back from a job down south up the A1, and I went into the back of a van. They'd stopped. They'd got all sorts in the back of this van. They'd got.
Oh, it's their fault.
No.
They stopped and they've got all sorts in the back of it.
Genuinely, right? This van was absolutely stacked. He was boasting at the side of the road that he'd got all this stuff in it. It was so heavy. My car hit it, right? Bang. It just stopped. Got out. No damage hardly. Gets in, tries to start it. It's not starting. The reason it wouldn't start was because the engine was on the floor. Genuinely on the floor. The van, you wouldn't even know I'd hit it.
Really?
Literally, no one really knew what were happening because the van he just went, just pull over to the side of the road. So they just all pulled over. And I'm sat there in fast lane trying to start it and engine's on the floor. And the van didn't even look like it had got a scratch. I was like, oh, this is even more embarrassing.
So what did you do? Did you put the car on top of the van and fetch it home?
I'd put it on my back and walked it home. So yeah, I'd say that is the dumbest purchase I've ever bought.
I think if Ellen was to walk in, she'd have a list of things that I bought this year. She'd say, that's your dumbest one. Oh, actually, no, this one's your dumbest one. And this one.
I have a lot. But I would say that they're very much impulse buys. And I know you know this of me. And I get this. I do get it. I know it myself. It's not as if I try and deny it. And I am one of them people that I think to myself, if you're going to buy something, then just buy the best of it. Just buy the best of it.
Yeah. I would
just
say...
get it properly and get it, And I have had some good purchases out of things. I've had some nice stuff in my life. I would say, like, for instance... The exercise bike would probably be up there.
How much was it?
Huh?
How much was it?
Have you still got it?
£2,000.
And how much did you use it?
Once.
13 hours.
Is it? Am I right thinking it was one of these Peloton bikes?
Well,
things?
it was
It's
like that.
something
It's
like
a
that.
Watt. It was a Watt bike, Atom.
Right.
So Peloton. The problem is, I was too fat for a Peloton. Basically, I was too heavy for a Peloton. And these Watt bikes, they were designed to do the same kind of thing as a Peloton, but for bigger people. So like a lot of rugby teams use them and stuff like that. And I thought, yeah, that's the one for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed using it. When it first came and did it, I enjoyed using it. It Bluetooth to my iPad, went on Zwift, I think is it called. I was doing bike rides in different countries. I was really...
Hang on. You only on it 13 hours. You did a lot on for
You know,
13 hours.
That's how long it was switched on for.
No.
Yeah.
No. So 13 hours. However,
use it to hang your clothes on it
I have
in
just
bedroom.
for a long time, but I have just sold it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm quite happy with the fact that I've got 1,100 quid for it. So the fact that I've only lost 900 quid on it,
Yeah.
you know,
Happy days.
So fine. But
It's not bad, is it? £100 an hour.
but yeah, I would. So there has been a lot of stuff like that I've kind of done impulse and stuff. However, if I had to say that what my actual dumbest purchase would be,
No, I want to know more. I want a whole list of them.
well, you know me well enough. What do you think my dumbest purchase was?
I think I know what you will say is your dummy's purchase.
Okay.
You're going to... But I don't think you can call it your dummy's purchase. It's your biggest purchase, and it's the pub.
Yeah.
But if you hadn't have done that, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Well,
Potentially. So
Well, it just goes to show you how well you know me, mate. In all fairness, because
Yeah.
you've literally took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say that probably my dumbest purchase was the pub. I mean, at 22 years old, and I bought a pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could have so easily have gone and made you super rich.
Yeah, look, I took a chance, but
You know,
the
that's how
reason-
you make money, by taking risks.
The reason why I say it was dumb is because there was pretty much every single person in my life telling me not to do it,
yeah.
and I thought I knew better. And I know
That
I do.
doesn't sound like you.
I know I can do that a lot or whatever, but you know, looking back now and thinking back now of how many people did kind of look, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. You know, but as with anything in all my life, when I made the decision I was going to do it, my friends and my family all rallied around me, supported me,
Yeah.
supported. You know, it was me and a friend that did it together. I mean, we'd only been in it a couple of weeks, and then Mark and Ellen took over to relief it while we went on holiday. You know, you ran it for 2 weeks. Did you run it for
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
But yeah, we were end of the day we were sold a pup, and I beat myself up about it sometimes, and I don't think I should, because we were proper hoodwinked. We
I'll
were
let him show you a sold a pub.
a pup.
Oh,
A pup. We were sold a pup. We were sold, you know, the drink. Like we got.
I did.
We
No,
got-
sorry.
yeah.
I did think he said pub. I just thought he said pub.
We got we got told it were taking a certain amount of money and it wasn't. We got told that it were doing this and it wasn't. And the people that were coming out of that pub lied to us about why they were coming out of the pub. And at 22-year-old, and Jamie would have been 24, I think. And I think we thought we were doing the right thing, and then we weren't. And then, you know, it's that the reason why I would say it's the dumbest. And I understand your counter argument, Mark. I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for that. Mm-hmm. And I did learn a lot.
Yeah.
At a very early age, I learned a lot about business, money, bookkeeping, a lot of stuff that you just, you know, staff management, payroll, all at 22 years old. Do you know what I mean? Running your own business. And we did actually do a good job of it. From where it was when we
Yeah.
took it over to where it was then 12 months later, we did a bloody good job of it. But it just wasn't sustainable at the losses that we'd already made.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be where I am now. The reason why I would say it's my dumbest is because of how it impacted my entire life financially. It's literally impacted my entire life financially. I should have declared bankruptcy. That's what I should have done back in the day. But obviously, male pride, not really understanding business, being young, not having anyone really around me that understood things like that at that time. So therefore, I thought that going bankrupt would have been the end of my life. So financial wise, so I paid it all back. So
I don't think personally.
I don't think you ever make daft purchases. I don't think you ever make bad purchases. What I think you do is make decisions to make purchases of things that you've already got, just to have the next brand new thing. That's what I think you do. That sometimes I think, what?
I think I get what you're saying, but I do think, and I have said this to Daisy before when I've been slagging you all off. I'm joking, but when I've been talking to Daisy before, and I've been going, I think sometimes there is a little bit of a misconception with me that's a hangover from years ago. That actually I am. So like when I bought my new MacBook, for instance, recently, you know, a lot of people would go, well, that's quite extravagant. Why have you bought a MacBook? You've already got one. Fine. The one I had was 10 years old, 11 years old.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. You'd like to think that that's an all right upgrade sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, my last phone that I had before I've got this one, my last phone had been out of contract for 2 years. I had that phone for 4 years before I upgraded again.
But you didn't used to be like that, though, at one point,
this is
did
what
you?
I'm saying. Back in the day,
Yeah.
I would get myself in debt further to get the newest model of something.
Yeah.
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 So while I was still paying for one thing, I'd take out the next thing without. Do you get what I mean? And what I'm saying is I've learned over time. So like my last car that I had, I've got it on finance or whatever, and then I paid it off, all done and dusted, and then drove it for another 2-3 years after that. You know, the one I've got now.
Now he wants a 50 grand motorhome.
Yeah.
He's never been in one.
Yeah. The one I can blame you for that though. The one I've got, you know, the car I've got now, it's bought and paid for. I'm still driving it, you know. So I do think I've got better, is
You
what I'm
definitely
saying,
have.
and I do think that sometimes I am seen in a certain light because of how I used to be in the past, and I'm not like I'm just a sucker for Apple products, and that is my biggest weakness. That I am a sucker for Apple products.
Life's a journey.
They have got me hook. They have got me hook, line, and sinker, and they just have.
I know if I were a salesman, I'd have him for dinner.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what's coming up in September, don't you? Because obviously that's when Apple usually announce all their new products. So
Yeah.
you'll be skin to skin. So, question about your pub. Does this pub still exist? Is it still standing?
No. Well, it's still standing, but it's boarded up. It's not open as a pub.
Oh, right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I sent you. Is it boarded up again? Because it's changed its name.
Where is it, by the way?
Back to Joplin's.
No.
I think it was called Barrowboy.
It's called something else. I sent it you, didn't I?
So originally
It might be a couple of years ago.
It were called Joplin's.
Yeah.
Then it changed to
That's
Barrowboy.
when you had it.
And that's when I had it.
Yeah.
And then it closed down for a while.
Yeah.
And then they reopened it as Joplin's.
Right.
And then, as far as I were concerned, it had been all closed down again and been boarded up.
And where is it?
Chesterfield.
Okay. Well, what I was going to suggest is perhaps we should go there and have a drink in there. Would that be good memories for you or bad memories?
I don't think he'd recognise it because I reckon they'll have probably ripped it to bits inside.
I think I've got serious PTSD from that.
Really? So you won't be able
Don't
to...
get me wrong, I just want to put it out there, guys. I just want to put, because I know there will be some people listening that obviously was part of my journey through that and stuff. And I would just like to say, I do have some very good memories from that time. And I do. You know, I'll always remember the first night that we stopped over there and there was me, Jamie and Jane, my girlfriend at the time, was literally, we all decided to sleep in the living room together, but you know what I mean, because we were too scared to sleep in his bedrooms or whatever. We had good fun on the living room floor that had been done. So this is obviously upstairs above the pub, and they'd put wooden flooring in, and they'd just nailed it. They just nailed it into the floor. You know, I have a lot of good memories. There were some good people there that came, you know, as regulars. We had some good nights. We had some good live music, live bands. You know, we did have some good times, didn't we, Mark?
Absolutely.
We did have some good.
Yeah.
We did have some good times. So I don't want to say that it was all a disaster. I was also very proud of what we achieved in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we literally took a pub within 12 months of taking £500 a week. That's what we took in his first week.
Wow.
Full week, we took £500 top line revenue.
Wow.
That was quite a lot of money back then, weren't it?
No.
No.
I mean, no, when were it? How long was
So I was 22.
Oh, in a
so-
week. Sorry, I thought you said in a day.
No, a
So,
week.
right, that is poor.
And by the end of 12 months, the pub was turning over £7,000 a week.
Wow.
Well, that's better.
Absolutely. The problem is that it was costing £7,000 a week to run from day one.
Yeah.
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 So by the end of week 1, we were already £6.5 grand in the red.
No.
So, but yeah, I do have some very, very, very good memories.
You
from
should have
that time.
renamed it from week 1 to Money Pit.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that was a bit longer conversation than I thought it was going
Just
to
stay
be.
on this topic a minute because I'm going to find it. I sent you a picture of it.
Time at the bar, please.
Will you keep going? Because in all fairness, it's going to take us another 10 minutes to get an answer out of Mark. So, what is your dumbest purchase, Mark?
You've already asked me this.
Oh, you just didn't give
can't-
an answer, did you?
I can't think of. I can't because I don't buy dumb stuff. I'm clever.
Never. You've never bought
Mark,
anything.
You pronounce tight wrong.
You've never bought anything chocolate fountain of that you've kind of gone.
Listen,
That may have been a mistake.
Well, yeah. Listen, yeah. I mean, well, a mistake and dumb's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, like the pub, for example, I wouldn't class that as a mistake. I mean, yes, you can look back and in hindsight, but at the time when you were buying it, you weren't like, I'm buying this pub, but it's a dumb decision.
No.
But sometimes you do buy stuff and immediately know that why have I bought this because it doesn't do what I do,
Yeah.
or why have I bought this, chocolate teapot or whatever. but or this ashtray from a motorbike, things like that. But yeah, I mean, with my chocolate fountain or my spore cloths or my love letters, the things that when I bought them, I were convinced I were going to do them.
Do the right, yeah.
And I put more heart and soul into it, and
You did.
blood, sweat, and tears into it. But
It was a really nice chocolate fountain. That.
well, thank you. Well, I had two.
I know you had two. You had a bigger one and a smaller
small
one.
one,
Didn't
that's
you?
right.
The chocolate were lovely.
And
It's called the Crown and Cushion.
Oh,
is it still open?
I'm just going to have a look now.
Well, I think
yeah,
we
it's
should-
open. It's open till midnight.
Right, we're off. Well, we should go. Leave Kirk outside. And we'll bring him a pop and some crisps, and we'll go inside. And so yeah, you could say they were dumb purchasers, but they only became dumb because they weren't successful.
it didn't happen how you wanted it to happen. Yeah.
But if you think, more, I'm thinking more like gadgets, like, I bought this thing for the kitchen that'll do this, and then you get it and you go, I don't know.
What's that? I want one.
Well, electric tin opener. I mean, surely they're dumb, surely, aren't they? I mean,
Oh, I want an electric tin opener.
Yeah,
Sorry, I've just opened reviews on Crown and Cushion in
All right.
Chesterfield. The first one left a month ago, and the opening lines are: "Lower your expectations, and you will love it here." It's not everyone's ideal place to go, but I can guarantee you'll have a great night and a laugh. It's also fairly clean, and the decor is fairly nice too. A lot better than it used. Oh, I won't say that bit.
is there any reviews of when Kirk had it?
No. Anyway, speaking of dumb, shall we spin the wheel?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning.
What's it gonna be?
Oh, I'm just so excited. Come on. He's nearly there. The Wheel of Features.
So nothing to go through from last week. So shall we spin the wheel?
Let's spin it.
Yes.
I'm going to spin it. Yours, Mark.
It's mine. Right, you ready?
Oh, absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that it?
No.
Oh.
I've got it.
Well done.
Well done, Mark.
Well done.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel you should
It was-
pat me. You should pat me on the head.
Well done, because we all got it.
No,
We all-
tickle his chin.
It was really subtle. That I like how not subtle. It was really nice. It didn't have the bombastic. loud.
That's the intro. It's the punk version.
I wish you could see him doing it.
So I think we all know the answer, but we'll leave it to reveal it for next week, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's
do it.
Rob,
Yeah.
I just want to say I quite enjoyed them questions that you brought.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Thank you very much.
Please feel free to bring some more whenever you like.
Maybe I will.
Oh.
Until then. Until then.
Until then. On that note,
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Lowe's has the Labor Day deals you need to give your home a new look. Buy one, get one free select interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Then, add the final touch with 2 for $8 on select 2.5 or 3-quart mums. Refresh your home and save big while doing it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Mums offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.